I need to tell you about something that happened during my freshman year of college. Something that still keeps me up at night. And I know how these stories usually sound. But I'm asking you to hear me out, because what happened to my best friend Emily, it shouldn't have happened. It never should have happened. We were so excited moving into the dorms. Me and Emily had been best friends since we were kids, and we'd actually gotten our request approved to room together. Yeah, we got stuck in the old north wing of Riley Hall instead of the nice new rooms, but whatever. We were together. That's what mattered. Our room was 734 7th floor. The RA, this bubbly girl named Beth, came by on our first day while we were unpacking. She was giving us the whole welcome speech when I asked about the corner room next to us. Room 733. It looked way bigger than ours from the hallway. Beth's smile kind of froze. "Oh, you don't want that room," she said. "There were a couple suicides in there. A hanging and a jumper, I think. They don't assign anyone to that room anymore." And then she just left. Just like that. Dropped that bomb and skipped out of our room. Emily wasn't worried. "Every campus has suicides," she said. But me? I couldn't stop thinking about it. Can you imagine squeezing through that tiny window and jumping? You'd be falling for at least 5 seconds before you hit the ground. The weird stuff started in our second week there. I woke up one night to this loud grinding sound. Emily was awake too, both of us frozen in our beds, listening. Then, slam. The window next door was being opened and closed, over and over again. Grind, slam, grind, slam. "Who the fuck is in there?" I whispered. We went back and forth about what to do until finally I got pissed off enough to storm out into the hallway and pound on the door. "People are trying to sleep," I yelled at the door. That's when I noticed it. The door to 733 was padlocked. From the outside, there was no way anyone could be in there. When I got back to our room, I was shaking. Emily tried to laugh it off, but I could see she was scared too. The next morning, both windows in the corner room were wide open. They'd been closed the day before. Over the next few weeks, things escalated. We'd hear marbles rolling across the floor next door, scratching sounds in the walls. One afternoon, I was alone doing homework when I heard knocking. I thought it was the hallway door, but it wasn't. The knocking was coming from inside our closet, the closet that shared a wall with room 733. "Emily, you're not fucking funny," I yelled, thinking she was messing with me. But then Emily's voice came from behind me. "A fucking what?" She just walked in. No one was in the closet. My friend Ian told us that it wasn't 2 suicides in that room. It was 3. And then this girl Alice, who worked in resident services, told me it was actually 5. 5 people had killed themselves in that room over the decades. She'd researched it. She knew all their names. "They're all alone when it happens," Alice said, "and they all draw or write horrible things right before they die, things that would make you sick." You won't believe what happened next. We found out that in 1961, when the very first suicide happened, the room numbering was different. When they built the new south wing, they renumbered everything. The corner room, the one with the huge windows, that was the supply closet now. But it used to be room 734. Our room was 733. We'd been living in the suicide room the entire time. Emily and I stopped sleeping there after that. We stayed at our friend's house every night while we waited for our room transfer to go through. We'd only go back during the day to grab clothes or shower. Never alone, never at night. But then Emily got into a fight with her boyfriend Mike. It was the Thursday before Halloween. She left me a drunk voicemail saying she was pissed off and going back to the dorm to sleep it off. She spent the night there. Alone. The next morning, me and Alice were running across campus toward Riley. I looked up at the building and my blood went cold. The corner room windows, the supply closet, were closed for the first time ever, and my room's window was wide open. We burst through the door to room 734. Emily was standing at the window. She looked back at me, and for just 1 second, I saw hope in her eyes, like she thought maybe I could save her. But it was too late. She leaned forward, just slightly, and she was gone. She screamed the entire way down. There were drawings all over the floor. Emily had drawn them during the night. I can't tell you what was in those pictures. I saw a few before I got sick. They were wrong, evil. Her mind had been broken by whatever was in that room. And then I saw it, a piece of paper sliding out from under the closet door. It was a drawing of the closet from exactly where I was sitting. In the picture, the door was cracked open, and something was looking back from inside. I looked at our actual closet. The door was cracked, just like the drawing. And when I squinted into the darkness, I could see the outline of something's face. Something tall and wrong, watching me from the shadows. Alice pulled me out of there. I never went back. That was 9 years ago. I transferred schools. I finished my degree somewhere else. But every night, I dream about Lydia. I see her climbing through that window. I see her standing on that ledge 7 stories up, knowing what's about to happen. The terror on her face. I see her look back at me, and I watch her fall. I call resident services every year in the fall, just to check. For 9 years, the 7th floor of Riley has been closed. I called last week. They put me on hold. Great news, the guy said when he came back. We just got approval this morning. We're opening up the 7th floor. They're going to fill those rooms with new freshman students, kids who don't know, who won't know until it's too late. And I can't stop it. I can't save them, just like I couldn't save Emily. If you ever find yourself in a dorm room and something feels wrong, if you hear scratching in the walls or whispers in the night, if you see drawings you don't remember making, get out. Don't wait. Don't try to understand it. Just get out. Because once it has you, once you're alone with it in that room, there's no coming back.